एक बंदा जो he's on his laptop in a village in Maharashtra somewhere, who is vibe coding using AI to build a startup, and he's still thinking, yaar, is it even worth it? Should I take the risk? I don't have a lot of money. My parents are not supportive enough. What would be one message that you would give them?
Have you found a perfect point in your life?
Absolutely not.
Not, no? So there is no perfect. So you have to make out of what you have already.
Taxation is something that is, could be perceived as a little bit less interesting or the least interesting thing, because tax kaun nahi karta hai technically, right? So how did you navigate that, and why? What do you know about tax that you feel a lot of people have missed?
See, Indian startup ecosystem glorifies funding, but does not glorify that compliance.
Right.
That is the most ignored part. But that actually becomes a pain area when the company scales, if you don't have a proper financial discipline.
How did you convince your first user to choose your company rather than probably thousands of other companies in the ecosystem? But there are a lot of people, who might be watching us, a lot of viewers who are afraid to take risks. A lot of people will be from middle class backgrounds. A lot of people will be from lower middle class backgrounds. एक बंदा जो he's on his laptop in a village in Maharashtra somewhere, who is vibe coding using AI to build a startup, and he's still thinking, yaar, is it even worth it? Should I take the risk? I don't have a lot of money. My parents are not supportive enough. What would be one message that you would give them, or how you think they can keep themselves motivated?
Okay. So, Saurabh, I had a question for you to cross question this.
Definitely.
That have you found a perfect point in your life?
Absolutely not.
Not, no? So there is no perfect point. There are no app resources, app support, and app time. So you have to make out of what you have already. So if you don't take risks, you will not land anywhere. A PSU job or a good MNC job can be a 9 to 6 job with a vacation, 2 vacations a year and weekends holiday, but that does not create a legacy.
Right.
So to create legacy, you have to start from zero, because everyone is not so privileged to have a family background, crores of rupees to invest in. And no one can guarantee tomorrow. Even companies can guarantee that they will be there for over a century, right?
Absolutely.
So if you are starting something, you have to have faith in your own vision. अरे दुनिया बोल दे यार नहीं चलेगा, लेकिन आपको होना चाहिए नहीं ये चलेगा जरूर. हाँ, you have to take inputs from people that is workable or not, but that doesn't mean that it is not workable. It will be workable, but with amendments.
Okay. And you named your startup TaxDisha, right?
Yes.
What was the story behind that?
See, actually, when I started my own practice, I used to see that there are different type of consultants for different type of taxation, different type of works. So the client was facing too much issues because the consultants were having ego issues, unavailability issues. So I thought that why not to do something, bring up the entire planning, taxation, financial services on a single plate.
Okay.
So that can save time for clients, and that can also be a better way of serving clients. So I just started an idea that one stop for all business management solutions.
Right.
Okay, and after that, I had an angel lady in my life. That was my mother and my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, two ladies.
Yeah.
So I started the company in the name of my wife. Disha is her name, and tax signifies the main core USP that we have. TaxDisha is also a direction for taxation.
Right.
And virtually, we moved into the virtual CFO, where we are just hand-holding a startup from the ideation till the funding and way forward.
Right.
So this was the whole idea.
A lot of people, choose to disrupt either, finance. Somebody would choose to disrupt, automobile industry. Somebody would do it for AI, IT, technology, etc. Taxation is something that is, could be perceived as a little bit less interesting or the least interesting thing, because tax kaun nahi karta hai technically, right? So how did you navigate that, and why? What do you know about tax that you feel a lot of people have missed?
See, Indian startup ecosystem glorifies funding, but does not glorify the compliances.
Right.
That is the most ignored part. But that actually becomes a pain area when the company scales, if you don't have a proper financial discipline. So financial discipline is something that should be embedded from the day one of a startup. आज आपने एक बड़ा कंपनी बना लिया, या और द IITians है, या जो टेक्निकल पीपल है, दे हैव अ ग्रेट आइडियाज एंड दे वर्क ऑन देयर आइडियाज. And the people who are not there with a good financial background or knowledge or technical knowledge, they land up ultimately in financial indiscipline, higher burn rates, higher mismanagement of the cash, or also in the notices and the compliances that are due. So ultimately, your profit gets eaten up into all these areas. So, and you get stuck into that.
Right.
So it's always better to look after this. This might be a boring part, but that is also a very essential part because
Essential.
finance is the blood of the company. It is been pumped, so companies are alive, and we all work for that.
Makes sense.
So if you are not good at in financial discipline, then you will get opportunities, but that will again flow out.
When you started your own company,
Hmm.
how did you acquire your user? What was the who was the first user you acquired firstly? And secondly, how did you convince your first user to choose your company rather than probably thousands of other companies in the ecosystem?
So what happens is that when you have a new startup, either you have to give something that is on a lower price than the market,
Hmm.
or either you have to give something that is not at all in the market. There are only two things can be done to survive in the market.
Okay.
And one more thing can be done that is actually less feasible for a startup, that is huge advertisement, because that requires a huge funding.
Right.
So that is not feasible part. The rest two options are there. And the first option, when you're giving something at a lower price in the market, if you don't have a proper USP, that's something differentiating factor,
Right.
then what you have to do is that you have to put in more efforts into that and give services. So when we went to the clients for the first time, I remember when I went over there, it was that I left my job and within a week I got an appointment with the client, and he made me sit in his reception for 4 hours. Okay, so I was little bit. I had a teary eye. Why? Because there was just 15 days back. I was in a government office, and people used to wait for me, and now I am waiting for someone.
Right.
So that made me think, कहाँ से कहाँ आ गए? सरकारी बाबू से I have just become a someone seeking work.
Right.
Then I thought, okay, this part and parcel. Now I have to change my attitude. I have to be more humble, and I have to be more humble to get clients. So when I met that client, and he just told me one thing, कि मेरे पास तो है प्रोफेशनल्स है जो मेरे लिए काम करते हैं, तो आपको मैं लेके क्या करूँगा? I don't want to increase my cost.
Right.
So I said, sir, okay, don't increase the cost, but you can do one thing. You can just give me your papers. I will go through it. If I can value add something, don't leave your profession, but we can serve you also. So when I went through the papers, I found a tiny glitch, and I told him, so this is the glitch. Please आप इसको देखिए. And then he said, अच्छा ठीक है तो आप इसको ठीक करके दीजिए. And gradually over the time, he built up the confidence in me, and then आस्ते आस्ते काम आता है. Day one में कुछ नहीं होता. It takes time, and you have to be very patient. You have to have ample failures before you get one single success.
Right. Now, what you have mentioned was very interesting to me. You said that either you charge a lower price than your competitors, or
Yes.
you don't charge at all, right?
No, don't charge at all. You charge a lower price,
Lower
or have a
price.
USP, a service that is not at all
Not
in the
at all
market.
available, right?
Yes.
So in MBA, we've been taught about the red ocean strategy and the blue ocean strategy, where red ocean is where you already have a lot of competitors, and you have a tangible USP in the form of either the value you provide or maybe the pricing that you offer. And the blue ocean strategy is where you provide something that is not at all a feature that is not at all available currently, right? So which one do you think would be more relevant to you currently, and for budding startups as well, which aspect should they more focus on?
See, building something that is not at all available in the market is something very rare, because if you don't, if you have to find something like this एकदम market में नहीं है, तो वो करने में बहुत time लगता है, investment लगता है, R&D भी लगता है. So what you can do better is that you have an idea, you look out to the customers in the market,
Right.
just do a trial or pilot project. In that, understand from the people what problems they are facing with the current service providers or product providers.
Right.
And after that, you try to make that up.
Correct.
How can you be there? देखिए, अगर जो do you have siblings?
I do not.
Don't know. So people who are having siblings, they will say कि parents are always focusing on the sibling that takes the more responsibility. उसको ही डांट खाता है वो, ठीक है. So this is something. ऐसे ही बिजनेस में भी ऐसे ही होता है कि अगर कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेता है तो people take them into management. So you have to be close to them. You have to not see them as a client. You have to see that भाई ये अपना ही बिजनेस है. हम लोग कैसे उसको बेहतर कर सकते हैं, कैसे उसको और सर्विस दे सकते हैं. अभी आप पैसा मत देखिए, अभी आप देखिए कि आप उसको ऊपर कैसे ला सकते हैं. जिस दिन वो ऊपर आएगा उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज कम होगी, आप तो बेनिफिट होंगे ही.
करेक्ट.
No one likes to leave a person who takes responsibility. Even in the company mergers, where people are fired out, they people who are dependable are not fired out.
Correct.
People who can be replaced are fired out.
Find out.
So this is the strategy to go into the market. Don't think about the profits. Don't think about कि क्या होगा, कैसे survive करेंगे. Just think of only minimum survival. Go to the client, know their problems. There may be ample competitors, but you have to be confident that आपके जितने भी competitors हैं उससे better आप service दे पाएंगे.
Okay.
And that can be only done through personalized touch.
Right.
You have to understand personally. You have to be there personally. Don't see the clock. Don't see the hours. Just put in your efforts, and it will work.